What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the weekly update and happy Friday. It's March 17th, 2023. And I like to start these emails with a quick video recap at the top, just giving my thoughts on kind of what's going on in the real estate market and things that stuck out to me, especially this past week. And hopefully you can use this information, whether you're looking to do something now or later on down the road. Hopefully you can use this information to help you make the best decision possible, whether you're buying a home or selling a house. Hopefully this is useful for you. So one thing that stuck out to me this week was an article I read about buyer activity dictating the market. Okay, and so obviously, buyers have a big presence in the market, and if you're going to sell your house, you obviously need somebody to buy your home, right? And there's a lot of factors that impact how buyers act in the market, whether that's interest rates or inventory levels, whatever it may be. But this article that I was reading had an interesting stat that said there was a 62% increase in the amount of showings from December to January. And, always around this time of year, going into the spring, we start to see buyer activity pick up. But this was the biggest jump in recent history from December to January in terms of buyer showings. And so this means that the amount of buyers that are out there scheduling showings and going to look at houses, there's a bigger percentage increase from December to January than we'd ever seen before in recent history. And I think this applies to both buyers and sellers. So for sellers, if you were kind of questioning whether or not now's a good time to put your house on the market, whether that's because of interest rates or the time of the year, whatever it may be, I would say, short answer is, and obviously it depends on the house, but short answer is, yeah, put it on the market. Now's a good time, mainly because there's not a lot of inventory on the market. So if you've got a good home in a good neighborhood and it's priced correctly and the price matches, the condition and the location, it's probably going to sell pretty quick. And then why this applies to buyers is, if you've been kind of sitting on the sidelines and waiting and thinking about buying, but you're waiting for the market to change or to see what happens with interest rates or to kind of just wait things out and see, I would suggest, getting pre-approved, getting your pre-approval letter, get out there and start seeing homes, because as you can see, and as the data is telling us, is it's still competitive out there. And it's not nearly as crazy as it was a year ago, but there's still a lot of buyers out there looking. And what's impacting the level of competitiveness is the lack of inventory. And so there's a lot of buyers looking and there's not a lot of homes to choose from. And at the same time, I think there's a lot of buyers that are kind of sitting and waiting on the sidelines, and they're trying to see, hey, what's going to happen with interest rates? What's going to happen with inventory? Maybe interest rates will go down, then I'll go out and I'll buy. But I think you're going to see a big chunk of buyers. Any tip in the market in favor of buyers that we see, so let's say interest rates go down, I think we're going to see a bunch of buyers coming out of the woodworks and ready to start looking at homes and making offers, and that's going to raise this competitiveness even more. And so, like I said, if you know buying is right for you and you want to do it, I would get pre-approved and get out there now and start looking, because you'd hate to wait a few months, interest rates start to go down a little bit more, and there's even more and more competition out there, then you're paying more for a house. And so just something interesting that I saw this week that I'd been thinking about. I also have a link to that article in the body of this email, so you can take a look and read through it yourself. But those are my thoughts for the week. And again, I hope that you find that information helpful. And then in the rest of this email, you're going to find everything from Cleveland Heights market updates to my home of the week. A couple articles that I found helpful that I've read that may help you as either a buyer or a seller. And then lastly, you're able to book a call with me. And so either through our email, through our website, or if you follow us on social media, on Instagram, you can book a call with me to just talk through your options, right? I'm a big proponent of just getting as much information as possible to decide if either buying or selling is the right thing for you right now. So feel free to click the link below and schedule a call with me, and we can kind of just chat about what's best for you in the current market. And then, as always, if you find this information helpful, feel free to pass it along to friends or family that who might benefit from it. A lot of my business comes from referrals, and so I really appreciate any emails that you forward or if you forward my information on to anybody else. And so thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy this week's weekly update.